Easily the most fun to play tank in the game, Makoto. Probably fun to play in the character in the game. I had a lot of fun playing Makoto. But let's get straight into it. Let's talk about his quick fist. If you want to consider this a passive, I guess you can, because it's not technically his basic attack. But he just does a bunch of wannabe E-Honda slap. Shout out to all my Street Fighter fans out there like myself. And he can move while doing it. It lasts for as long as you hold it. And it's pretty good. It actually does some pretty good damage too. It doesn't flinch them, sadly. But now, something really important about it is if you hold the attack button during the last hit of his basic attack, he does a shorty you can uppercut, it launches them in the air. But let's talk about his toggle stance, where we're just going to call it attack and healing. Red one is attack, and while in Huaki stance, which is what it's technically called, it increases his damage and his move speed, which is pretty good. While in the green stance, or stance where we're going to call it healing stance, it constantly regenerates his HP. Now, another thing is during that Shoryuken, the uppercut, while in red stance, he can actually launch up people who have a shield around, which is pretty good. But let's talk about his second ability, Barge. As you can see, it's another shoulder charge like Buttercup's but this one is way better because it actually does damage. Not only that, if you knock them into a wall, it stuns them. With mods, you can increase the stun effect. This is actually pretty good, and you can actually use it to escape, which isn't bad. But let's talk about his third ability, which is called Legged and Healthy. While in attack stance, it increases his move speed, and he becomes unstoppable, which means he can't be stopped. You can still damage him, but he can't be stopped. You can't like interrupt his movement. In green, or healing, or aura, it heals him and his allies. A tank that can actually heal. Yes, that is very, very good. Now, let's talk about his other ability, which is called Attractive and Repliant. While in attack stance, it pulls in enemies that are around him, and it does a bit of damage. Not a lot, but a bit. But it's very, very good. While in green stance, it pushes the enemies. This is very, very good, but you do have to toggle stances, so you gotta be wary of which one you're on. It's pretty easy to tell. Green, his body's green. Red, his body's orange. It's kind of orange. I'm not gonna call it red anymore. We're gonna call it orange. Let's talk about his first ult, which as you can see is just a little roll ball, just rolling into a ball, just rolling into people, knocking them away. Does damage. The damage isn't really all that good, but it's just more for gimmick, I guess. It's not really all that. But his second ability, ultimate ability, which is the best one, which is called Can't Touch This. It makes him and nearby allies invulnerable to everything. They are constantly invulnerable. This is definitely the ult I recommend for him. It's very, very cool. Now, as I said before, I'm going to tell you what mods I recommend for these characters. For him, I recommend any healing mod. Any mod that increases his healing, I recommend those. But outside of that, there's a mod that's called Love Thyself, which increases his self-healing. As I said, any healing mod. Fast Track Enlightenment, which means Can't Touch This, which is his ultimate, charges 25% faster. I recommend that. Now, another one, which is called BFF, Best Friends Forever, the closest ally to him gets 7.5 damage resistance, which is pretty good. Now, like, subscribe. It's been your boy LC Ambitions. I'll see you all next time.